Hello, hello. If you guys get kicked out of my live, honestly, it's not my fault. My phone is hacked, so I find that people are getting kicked out of my lives. Let me just sit up. I'm sorry. I find people are getting kicked out of my lives. So I put up my YouTube. So just check out the YouTube, check out the videos that I have up. I pretty much go live every once in a while because I really need to bring awareness to something that I'm going through. Sorry, I'm just trying to angle this phone. I'm trying to bring awareness to something that I'm going through, which has been crazy. And I know the person in the live right now, I've seen you in my lives before, so I feel like you kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. What I've been going through is so crazy. Like, I have to laugh, I have to smile, I have to make a joke of it. I cannot take it as seriously as it is every day because I feel like just thinking about it would drive anybody crazy. This group is basically to me like a cult. That's how I see it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen, there's this show on Netflix that I'm watching right now. It's called Escaping Twin Flames. And it's basically about this, I don't know if anybody's seen it. Comment if you have, but it's basically about this group that like mind controls people. And it's like this cult leader, basically this narcissist guy, like gets these people to work for free. He like doesn't want to pay people. He makes them think, like he makes them get into stupid situations. It's like that. If you watch that show, as crazy as that show is on Netflix, it's like that times 10. And these people have tried to recruit me to be a drug mule for a year and a half. And this is so real that I think I would not think it's as real unless I saw other people in Toronto going through the same thing. Like, I've basically seen people that I know start getting gang stalked, start getting bullied into basically doing things. And it's like they've decided in their head that they want to recruit me. And it's like they don't want to get it out of their head that I'm not joining, I'm not coming on board, I have no interest. And if you don't, they'll essentially bully you out of your life. Now, it's so crazy that as time goes on and I just stand my ground, I keep meeting more and more people that have been victim of the same thing, that have the same stories. But the difference between those people and myself is that those people are very scared. Like, they don't want to say anything. They don't want to report it. They don't want to do any of that. And I think it's because people have just gone through it. They're tired of reporting. They're tired of, speaking. Well, not a lot of people I know are speaking out. So people don't want me speaking out. Let's put it that way. No one wants me speaking out. I'm making YouTube videos. I still walk around free. They try to follow me. It's very difficult. I figured a lot of this stuff out because I've held out for a very long time. I've held through the nonsense for a very long time. I've held out. So I find myself here. It's a crazy situation to have to endure. But what can we do? So I come on here, I come live to just basically tell people, A, this is happening. So people should be aware that this is going on. B, it's being ran by a man named John Ferreira, who used to have a store, a repair shop called Automotive Techniques. He doesn't want people to know that he's the one behind it. Obviously, I guess everybody's supposed to be thinking he's a good person. He's a nice person. He's generous. He's giving. He's this and he's that. And he's not any of that. He's demonic. He's crazy. He's a narcissist. And I've never met a darker energy in my entire life. He's a liar. Like, he's a liar's liar. Like, he's insane. I'm going to talk about how I've dealt with this situation. So today, I just want to talk about how to manage relationships, especially when you're in relationships where, well, you're engaging with energies that you do not want anything to do with and that do not understand boundaries, which is what I'm dealing with. I'm going to title this video, How to Train an Animal. I've always been a pet owner. I absolutely love animals. So this is what I want to talk about, because once you're dealing with a group of people or a person who doesn't understand boundaries, who doesn't want to accept when you're saying, no, I don't want to be a part of whatever it is that you guys are doing right now, you have to get into a place where you're maintaining power and control over your life, because these people do not understand no. And this is something I've had to explain to the police over and over. Like, these people do not understand no. It's not like you say, no, I don't want to be a part of whatever's going on, and they leave you alone and they get the point. They want to bully you in, and they bully everybody. And they've always dealt with people who've just given in and rolled over and just let them have control. That's not a situation that's going to happen with me. So first things first, it's like any situation that you're in. Even if you're already in this situation, even if you're already locked into this group, I'll say, first things first, when you tell these people no, you have to mean it. And you have to be the person who doesn't care. So think about if you've ever dated someone and who in the relationship just didn't care. There always has to be a person who they'll do and say whatever they want, and the other person needs to just adjust to it. They either are going to adjust if they want to be in your life, or they're going to move on because you're not going to change. So first things first, you have to approach that situation like that. You are the person who could care less what happens. And for me, I'm in the situation where it's like, look, I don't know you people. I don't want anything from you. I do not care about you being upset or any fallout, emotional fallout that you have. Whatever you have to offer, I don't want. So I'm the person in the situation that simply doesn't care. I don't care how they take it. Whatever I say, whatever I do, however I do it, I don't care. They're either going to adjust or they're going to throw a tantrum, or I don't care what they do. That's the first things first, and that needs to be firm. And that is in any situation, in any relationship. The second thing, or should I say the first thing, and this kind of falls in line with that, is you need to set the tone and stick with it. And the part that a lot of people do not understand is sticking with it and being consistent. Because people will say no, oh no, I don't want to do it, and then they fall in line. You're dealing with people who don't understand boundaries. Like, you have to educate them on what a boundary is. So in my situation, the tone is, and I had to set the tone, and it took a while. It took a long time. It took a couple months. First of all, I'm not giving up on myself. To do what? To sit at home and do what? Not possible, not gonna happen. So that's first things first. Secondly, the tone is that I do whatever I want. And there's no coaching me, there's no motivating me, there's no abusing me into doing whatever I do not want to do. I don't care how anybody takes it. That is the tone that we're working with. And it may take a year, it may take a while for somebody to understand that, but that is what's going to happen. So I set the tone that I have very firm boundaries. 2, ignore tantrums. People are going to have to adjust. Every time there's something that I start doing that they don't like, he throws a tantrum. This is John Ferreira, this is the main lunatic. He throws a tantrum of some sort. So for example, when I started going live, he has to adjust to it. I'm coming on live every day. I'm talking about what's going on. He lost his cool one time. He reset the phone. He feels humiliated, blah, blah, blah. They don't want people to know what's going on. He doesn't want people to see his face. He doesn't want people... then he'll suffer in silence. He'll pretend like things are okay. He'll share the post that I post to like all of these people. So like 65 people come and they like the post. And, they're like, oh, my condolences, this and that. These are the people he has left. Back in the day, it would have been closer to like 200-300 people. But I'm impressed it's even 65 people. And it takes a while for him to get all 65 of these people to. So I don't know if he has to make like one phone call at a time. But back in the day, it would have been like a whole bunch of people all at once. I don't know what's going on. They are clearly short-staffed. It's nothing like it used to be in the beginning. It's very difficult. It's very obviously a different situation than it was before. So it is what it is. I ignore the tantrums because I could care less. I could care less what type of fallout he has. They have tantrums all the time where it's like, they can't, everything has changed completely. So they can't come in and out of my house like they used to. I've explained that on other videos where people try to get keys to your house and all this kind of stuff. So people can't come in and out of my home like they used to. They used to do BS like knock on my door to see if we're home. They can't do that kind of shit anymore. I don't care if they follow me. It makes no difference if people are following me or not. I don't even pay that shit any mind anymore. But when I don't want to be followed, I have the ability to not be followed and disappear for as long as I want to. And I do that quite often. When I don't care about being followed, I mean, if I'm going to the grocery store, I really don't care. If I'm doing some random thing, I really don't care. Because again, what are people going to do? They can't come up to me and start an argument with me out of the clear blue sky. What are they going to do? They're just going to follow. So it's gone from gang stalking to gang watching. There's nothing to be gained from watching me do my groceries except me doing my groceries, cashing out, and going home, right? So I don't care. I don't care. Whatever I don't care about, it's like, the purpose of it is to scare you. The purpose of it is to make you feel like your life is falling apart and oh my God, it's so terrifying and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, there's a shift in my spirit where even doing the lives right now, it's like, there's not the same, like, I don't care. I don't know how to say it. Like, I don't care. Like, every day, everything is just more and more normal. I can't explain it. It's like, I know this, and it's like, maybe other people need to know this. Whenever you come to the end of a cycle in your life, things that used to exist in that world cannot exist anymore. Like, things that used to, it's like, it's just dull. If anything, if the scariest thing happens to you for long enough, you become used to it. Like, I'm sure if you go to some countries where kids are at war, the kids will hear a bomb and you might freak out, but they'll just look at each other and like continue doing what they're doing or continue playing because they've been in that situation so long. I've been in this situation so long that I don't care. Like, I couldn't get frightened if I wanted to. I'm not jumpy. Even this doing right now, I'm doing this right now. I'm doing this out of a commitment to myself that I said I would do it, but I could care less. I could care less. I just know that whenever I have an issue with something, I need to solve the issue and move forward. It's not like this huge fallout, like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. Like, it is what it is. So for me, it's easier to ignore tantrums when people are mad about something. And in my situation, I feel like they're mad about everything. They're always mad. So it's like, it is what it is. I accept it. Like, I like it, to be honest with you. I like when I see the tantrum and I find it funny. Every time they get mad and I feel that energy and I see that, it's funny. It is what it is. Don't care. Number 3, do not address them directly. I may talk about someone, but actually acknowledging and interacting with them is something I'm not going to do. I don't care. There have been a couple times where this lunatic has hacked into other people's accounts to talk to me, and I could tell. Because it's a very demonic energy. It's like it's been that way for over a year, from like not even last year, the year before, where it's like this person's vacant, he's distant. It's like he's not connected to reality. And I could just tell in the way that he types messages that I'm like, yeah, this is Lucifer again. And I could care less, to be honest with you. Don't address people directly. Like, for what? It's like, you know what? Think about it like an animal. If you say the bowl of food stays in this corner and they move the bowl, you put it back. You don't need to be like yelling at it, hitting it, doing any of that. You just put it back. If they move it again, then you tape it or nail it to the floor. If they move it again, you do something else. It's like some people's energy is very stubborn, where you have to continue doing it until they get the point. When you know what you're dealing with, it's not very difficult for you to be like, okay, this is going to take a while. And it is what it is. You don't need to have personal fallout with people because they don't want to accept reality. The reality is that I'm not coming on board. Whatever reaction somebody else has is a personal choice. I could care less, and I'm not going to be screaming and shouting every time like, no, I'm not coming on board. I'm just not coming on board. So if that means that you pass your place and you have to get spiritually weakened, if you have to pass your place and be reported to the RCMP and reported to a whole bunch of places and have your picture plastered all over the world, like whatever it takes for you to understand, it's a continual fallout with no bottom, that no, this is not happening. And it is what it is. And if somebody wants to continue to believe that there's going to be a day, then, they can go ahead and do that. And from the moment all of this started to now, my life has just transitioned to the next phase of my life. I just work with situations as they come, as they occur, and I graduate to the next step. And it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and continually doing a tug of war and I know why it comes off as a tit for tat, because, if you're in a situation where you've already said no and someone wants to insist it's a yes, and you continue setting boundaries, they're going to think that your boundaries are personally offensive to them or like a personal attack to them. Excuse me, because they don't know what boundaries are. So they're going to think that you're fighting back and forth when really you're enforcing a boundary. So it is what it is. There's no need to directly address people, and there's no need to fight with people back and forth. And, I make comments and people come in my comment section. I could say anything. It could be like, today was a lovely day. And then there'll be somebody coming under the comment with some abusive comment. Listen, they took all that energy to type that just so you can just click delete notification and go about your day. You do not expend energy on these people. It is a complete waste of your human life. It's a waste of your time. Leave it alone. Number 4, let them exhaust themselves. It takes time to convince people. It really does take time to convince people that you're not going to appease them. I don't care how many people worship this lunatic. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they don't pray. Maybe they don't know how to focus. I don't know. I can't tell you. It's not going to happen for me. I'm not interested, and whatever they could have done, they would have already done. They obviously do not have the means to do more than they're doing right now, and their hold and their whatever is they're getting weakened, they're getting tired, they have no money. Are people willing to go bankrupt over this? Clearly they are. Clearly people are ready to go bankrupt to show me that I'm gonna be a part of their little organization. My pleasure. Time is on my side because I can take this a long time. I could take this for years. I could go for years. I don't think they have years to pay back the debt that they have to pay. Sometimes you just have to wait people out, and it is what it is. If that's what it's going to take. If we need another year, the first year we went ahead and got used to the fact that we have a lunatic in our orbit. And then the second year is going to be, well, we're living with this and we're going to jump over the hurdles placed in our path while we keep reporting you and making sure people know about you, because you can't get rid of me. You can't kill me. You can't do anything. And they're making last ditch attempts to do things now. And it's you got a couple days, you got a couple days to try your best. And then they know it is what it is, So my situation it was a year and a half of active gang stalking. They've been in my life for 2 years plus, since I got involved with my ex, and it's just been a roller coaster in the beginning, and now it's just I don't know. I woke up one day and I just didn't have any passion for the situation anymore, to tell you the truth. I couldn't even force myself to be passionate about it. I couldn't even muster up the strength to be like, oh my God, da, da, da. It's just like despondency. Like, I just feel so withdrawn from everything. I'm like, this cannot be real. And it's like, somebody's only gonna send you enough baneful work and energy your way before it's just like, it's gonna be cleaned out immediately and sent back. So it's like, eventually people are gonna be tired of like dealing with their own energy. And that's in all ways. Eventually someone's gonna be exhausted of being angry every day and screaming at a computer and having no difference and making no difference. And it's only right now, because I have to kind of talk about it and tell people what's going on, that I even address it. Because normal me would not even address it. I would just move on with my life completely. And it would be like, yeah, this person I gang stalked this person, I spent all this money, and they just walked away from me. That's essentially what it is. That's how you have to leave people. You just have to walk away. You just have to just continue living your life as if it's not happening. Because technically, who cares if a car is following you around just to see where you're going? Yes, in the beginning, they do cause problems, but once you learn how to enforce really strong boundaries, people don't want to be here whether or not they were bribed. No one wants to be reported. No one wants their name, their picture, their address in reports to the police. Nobody wants these things happening. Nobody wants to be a part of this nonsense continually. Not the regular people. Maybe the lunatics don't care, but the regular people, like, you're a real estate agent and you're here to sell a house, and now people are reporting you to the real estate board and doing all the rest. Why would you want to be a part of that? That's gonna follow you for a while. Those kind of things follow you. All for what? A small bribe? There's ways around everything. Please, there's ways around everything. Um, just let people exhaust themselves. Eventually they either get it or they continue on. It is what it is. It's the same point. Render people helpless. Just let everyone see the lack of acknowledgement. I really don't care. I don't know how else to put it. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm here and I'm talking about it because I said I would talk about it, but I really don't care. This is such a dated situation. It's so boring. How many more people are they gonna bribe if they had money to bribe? How much more is gonna happen? What are they gonna do? Put a guy in the street to like step into my path? Like, who cares? A car is sitting on the side of the road. Who cares? It's really silly stuff. It's very childish. It's moronic. It is what it is. Like, literally, the answer is that simple. Just walk away. Don't let these people control your life. Just walk away. Walk away. Eventually, it has to stop. It cannot go on for forever, especially when you're talking about it. Imagine going online every day and telling the truth and posting your YouTube videos, and as soon as people come in that are bribed, they see the YouTube video and they're like, oh, somebody's harassing this girl. That's why they told us to come and say this and that. Like, all of it just looks so stupid, and it's like, oh my God. Draining. My videos are getting shorter because it's like, how much more can I say about this nonsense? Defiance really doesn't require energy, and I've said this before. Don't use your energy with people. Like, people want to like fight with you. They want to go back and forth. If you say they're not following you and they want to prove that they are, they're going to work really hard, exhaust a lot of resources the next day. And then the day after that, they don't have the same manpower to do it. They can't continue to do it every fucking day, 365 days a year, because they just don't have the money, the resources, the energy. It's draining. Everybody's drained. How fucking long? The whole process is not even designed to be this long. The infrastructure they need to do this is not there. They need my schedule. I don't even have a fucking schedule. They need to know where I go. I don't even know where I'm going half the time when I leave the house. They need to see what I'm spending money on. That's not happening anymore. They need to know how to track me. Like, they need my phone on or a device. It doesn't happen. They don't know. They can't risk just coming in here because maybe someone's home, maybe someone's not. Like, it's like all just like, it's not there. They've had a process that's worked for so long, and I've figured out the process, and there's no strategy behind the process. This process doesn't lend itself to strategy. There's a very specific thing that's supposed to happen, but if you keep getting blocked from that outcome, there's nothing you can do. How much strategy can you have to enter a house that's somebody's home? How much strategy can you have around not being able to track where people are spending money and see what they're buying and where they're going? If you don't know, you don't know. Like, it's a lot of factors that are coming together that's just making the job exhausting and not even worth it. It is what it is. I put on all my tips in my gang stalking survival guide. Just freaking go look at it, read it, and get your shit together. I promise you it'll change your life. Just turning off your phone and using cash alone will change your life. Don't give this energy. You can resist things by not even speaking. It's like someone says something, it's like, listen, if I say something and you say no, if I know I'm not an idiot and you're saying no, you're an idiot, I don't have to respond to that. I'm just going to go about my life. You're eventually either going to agree with me or disagree with me based on how things are turning out. That's it. And then you're going to be mad and you're going to have a little inner explosion. You're going to be triggered. You're going to do stupid things. You're going to make yourself look like you're extremely triggered, etc., etc. And then, I move on with my day. I don't have to engage. I don't even have to be emotionally involved. And at this point, it's like, no matter what happens, everything goes back. And like almost immediately at this point, you don't have to deal with this. Honestly, you really don't. So watch my gang stalking survival guide and check it out, and it'll change your life. It is what it is. Keep hitting all your targets. Set your targets and hit them. That is it. That is all. Be patient with yourself. Even in the best of times, things take time to develop. There is a different phase of this process that you're going to be at. First, when you're first being gang stalked, you're going to be in a total like panic, and you're going to think to yourself, holy shit, what is going on in my life? Number one. Number two, then you're going to get to a phase of learning what's going on around you and picking up tips and figuring out what's going on. Number three, you're going to start jumping over hurdles and realizing you're in it on your own, and you're going to have to learn how to live around this. Number four, you're going to create an exit plan, and you're going to exit out of the situation. You're going to come out of it. You're just going to start walking away. And number five, after you've successfully walked away, which is where I'm at, you're going to start putting your life together differently, knowing that things like this exist. You know what? Let me tell you what this is. John Ferreira is something that people have to endure before they hit it big. And they're going to go either one or two ways. They're either going to sell their soul, and they're going to be under somebody's control, and they're going to have a very lazy way through where someone's paying their way to have a fake success. The cost of that is because they built you, they can break you. Or you could be like myself and other people that we all know and build it yourself, and it's not easy. This road will not be paved with gold. It will be difficult as hell. You'll have to go through a lot. But no one can break you because no one built you. This is why they've had a hard time stripping me of everything, because I built myself seriously, not through fraud, not through crime, not through anything illegal. I built myself working hard. That takes a long time to destroy. People got to have a lot of money to destroy you that way. Everything you have is legit. You don't owe people money. You're not out here abusing people and doing wrong and doing evil. They're searching for pockets to get in every way possible, and it's just not going to work. So just hit your targets. Where I'm at right now, there's a plan. There's a plan and there's targets in place. And it doesn't matter what's in front of me, I'm going to hit that target. In general, it doesn't matter if it takes longer. It always takes longer when you take the route less traveled. It always does. When you maintain control over yourself, it takes longer. You got to work harder. Don't depend on people's freaking money. Don't depend on people doing things for you. There's a lot of people who took that path to be a drug mule, to launder money, to do all of these things to get through in life, and it hasn't worked. It's been horrible. Now they're a slave. I don't do that. I'm free. I can travel whenever I want to. I can hop on a plane and not have to smuggle anything. I don't have anybody telling me where to go, what I could do, who I have to be with, who I can't be with. I could do whatever I want. I could do whatever I want. And that's the gift. That in and of itself has been worth the last year and a half of my life of fighting for my freedom, for my autonomy over my body. I can do whatever I want. And I recommend to anybody going through this situation, you're literally fighting for your life and for your freedom. Like, I suggest do not stay in this shit. Do not. And if you're in it, get ready and get out. Get ready and get out. It's not worth it. Let me see if there's anything else. I guess lastly, ignore their feelings, because their feelings don't matter. They're not even people. They're not even human, in my opinion. They are soulless. They are, and I've been saying this for a long time. These people have no soul, no heart, no dignity, no morals, no scruples. So I don't have to respect them. You do whatever you're supposed to do. You make a plan of exit. You leave. And that's it. You walk away. And you continue to talk about it. I'll probably talk about this for the rest of my life. On different platforms in different ways. No one's gonna stop me. I'm gonna go into public. I don't care about how people behave in public or people trying to make me uncomfortable. It's made me it's really brought out the part of me that was always there, which is a very bold part of me, which is a part of me that puts people in their place, which is a part of me that makes people extremely uncomfortable doing business with me or negotiating with me because, I'm trigger happy. I don't want to put up with anything. Nothing at all. You're gonna really think twice about putting me in a stupid situation or trying to scam me. You're gonna have to think twice. 'Cause boy, I'm gonna drag it and I'm gonna be loud about it. So be yourself, be beautiful. Who cares? Be intelligent, be smart, be a great business person. Brag about yourself because you're worthy of being bragged about. I know they hate when I talk about everything I've accomplished because they want it to not exist. They want me to not be amazing. They want me to be whatever they said that I was. If somebody says I'm vengeful, then people need to understand something was done to make me vengeful. Venge is a derivative of the word revenge, okay? So which is meaning somebody did something to me and I'm retaliating, and absolutely I will every single time. I don't care if I'm outnumbered. It doesn't matter. I don't care if there's more of them. If there's always some lunatic plan in the background, there's always some nonsense going on, some draining stupidity. And that's the thing, it's really childish nonsense. None of it is like, oh, we're gonna shoot you in a back alley. If they could have, they already would have. None of it is like that. These people are like annoying, but they're scared. Even to come into my energy, they're scared to come into my energy. They play like they're big and bad, like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. They can't do anything about me. They just have to accept that I'm here and I'm not going anywhere. And it is what it is. I'm just here. I'm not getting sick. I'm not getting colds. I'm not getting pimples. I'm not getting warts all over my body. Nothing is happening. And if God says the next phase is that I'm going to win the lottery, the next phase is that I'm going to get rich, the next phase is that I'm going to meet the love of my life, whatever the next phase is supposed to be, it is going to be that, regardless of how many tantrums someone puts themselves through. So it is what it is. You don't have to care about people's feelings about how you're living your life. And unfortunately, I'm at the point where I'm just tapped out of passion for the situation. I don't care. Nothing has affected me this entire time, and it's only so long until people see that. It's only so long until people see that. I had to go through this cycle, I had to learn from it, and when I tell you, every day that passes by, it just gets less and less interesting. Like, it's boring at this point. Okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. The only thing that I'm super grateful for is my faith in the situation, the relationship I've developed with God, and the instincts that I have, and the things that I've recognized about myself. Other than that, it's like, wow, this person it's ran its course. My God, you're supposed to be scared of people following you. All I see is bullied people in those cars. All I see is people who came out of their houses because they were told to come out of their houses, and they looked scared, and then they put on a little fake smile. Old men, older women, kids being coached. That's all I see. I don't see anyone that the only person with true passion for this is John Ferreira. Everybody else is bullied, and people don't want to be a part of it. It is what it is. They really don't. So it's like, at some point, it's like, I can't be frightened by people who are frightened themselves. And when the cycle is over, the cycle is over. You're just not experiencing the same type of luck and the same type of nonsense. It is what it is. But, it'll officially be closed soon enough. I find it hard to go up to an hour these days. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, if you're going through this, please, I pray that you stay in long enough where you just literally don't care what these people are doing anymore. And I always say the cost of getting out of things, it costs what it costs. Sometimes it just costs what it costs to not have to deal with nonsense. You don't have to go through abuse. The first time you see things are just not working the greatest, just stop dealing with it. It costs what it costs. If you're involved in any kind of cult or any kind of situation where people are abusing you and you have to lose income, it's like losing a job. You have to lose your income for a while to get out of it. It costs what it costs. You have to rebuild and be independent. It's okay to walk away. You gotta leave them alone. You gotta walk away so you can have freedom to live your life in the way that you want to. It's boring. It takes a while, then it takes a while. Find resources on the internet. I use YouTube. I use Twitter. I use Google. Find resources that talk about what you're going through and just walk away. Narcissists are very easily triggered and as easy to control as they control other people. Sometimes you have to just lure them into their demise and just call it, watch them fall over the cliff and just look over and then just walk away. Wanting to control random people is just insane, especially when for someone who has absolutely no control over any of their impulses, over their anger, over any of their addictions, over nothing. There's no strategy. It's like you can clearly see that a lot of the decisions are just made out of an F it mentality. They get triggered and they're like, F it, let me do this. F it, let me call their business phone and say weird crap. F it, let me leave bad reviews. Let me do this, let me do that. It's like there's no strategy. It's all reactive. It's all childish. The illusions are not working. It's very clear to see the nonsense. Does someone not see that you make a fake page? It doesn't look like a real page. These things are common sense. It's nonsense. Everybody I work with, they try to bother the people, and it's more and more people are walking away from this garbage because it's toxic and it's stupid and it's putting people's reputations in jeopardy for no reason. I know it's a very toxic situation. I know you're going through things, but what you got to do is block access to yourself and just walk away. Walk away. Leave people where they had you messed up at and just walk away. It is what it is. Sending lots of love to the gang stalking community because been there, done that, and I know it's horrible. I don't know what's going on with me, but as for me, myself, I couldn't get my heart rate up if I tried. I'm telling you, it's boring. I'm telling you, I can see when people do things. I can see when, God, I don't care. I don't care. Deal with everything one thing at a time. Okay? It's not a bad thing if you lose a job, if you lose a schedule, whatever. It gives you more time to deal with things. I make time out of my day to deal with particular things. I'm extremely organized about things. I have a list and I just get things done little by little, and I take care of problems, and it's very easy and it doesn't overwhelm you. Because you know, okay, well, this time I do this and this time I do that, and then I gauge this and da da da. Like, organize yourself, organize your day, have a great day, enjoy your life. I spend so much of my time just relaxing with myself and just feeling good about myself. And like, you know, I should get more sleep because I stay up late watching stuff online and doing nonsense and whatever. But other than that, God, I've been released from that mall schedule, which I used to be at the mall and I used to wonder, like, how am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna get out of 12 hours a day, 7 days a week? Like, this is exhausting. So thank God, in a sense, like, I get to like manage my schedule, manage my day, manage my time, you know, put myself on a budget that is fucking so low compared to what I used to have to work. I mean, it's just a dream. It's a dream in a sense of like, I mean, it's not the dream situation. Don't let me fool you. Things could be better, but things are definitely on an uptick. You know, that bottom, I think I already bottomed out. Um, and it's just strategizing and putting my life back together. And it's like, you know, I don't have all this crap to worry about. I think I have a couple more things that I worry about, and then everything else is just like, oh, it's blah, it's whatever. Oh yeah, somebody's disengaging, you know, my engagement, lowering my engagement online. All right, great. How do we deal with that? Somebody's doing this. How do we deal with that? Somebody's doing that. How do we do, you know? It is what it is. It'll work itself out in time. I trust God. I pray. I do my meditations. I relax. I enjoy my day. And I just don't let people get to me. Like, there's only so much somebody's gonna throw a tantrum or do something where it's gonna shock your system. It's been a year and a half. We're gonna be 2 years in the summer. You think I'm gonna... And even if I tried, I couldn't be shocked by this. I'm shocked by nothing because I know it's happening. You know, sending love out to everyone going through this, for real. Sending love out to everybody who is genuinely stuck, not people who are happy to dismantle other people's lives. People who are genuinely stuck. I'm sorry you're going through this. Bear patience with yourself, but do get out, because they're not going to let you out. You're going to have to take your power back. And like I said, it costs what it costs. So thank you and have a great night.